Hey yo everybody, welcome back to another guide brought by your favorite tag team, Roxanne and me, Lestion. This time we will be looking at O-rinn and her new ultimate skill that comes with her costume and relationship. So get comfortable and enjoy our guide for this unit. As an overall view, she is a ranged syndicate unit with high attack, low health but very high utility. A high attack range unit with a nice infect synergy, who can be a total game changer once her ultimate is unlocked. Okay, abilities. Ability 1, end of the turn, deploys a bouncer in front of themselves who infects all enemies in a line. The value of Infect is 265 at max level. The attack, health, and infect amount of the bouncer scale with reboot as all abilities do. The wording here is also slightly incorrect. Once the bouncer spawns, he actually infects 3 random enemies, which is actually better than all in alliances. It can spread around the battlefield easier. The bouncer also has an ability. The start of turn grants 283 HP to all allies including self at max level of course. This bouncer will only spawn in if there is a space open directly in front of O-rinn. Since the bouncer has low enough HP to be killed by almost any equal level legendary, he is easy to one-shot, but he will just be replaced at the end of every turn by O-rinn. If the bouncer is killed each turn, O-rinn will keep summoning a new one and infecting additional targets. If he isn't killed, he will boost up the HP of all friendly units. So a win-win situation here. Ability 2. Attacks suppresses the target. Suppression renders the target completely silenced, which removes all of the target's abilities and buffs, basically resetting them back to a base unit of their original stats. O-rinn's damage still goes through. This doesn't work when the target has evasion, is an immune unit, or when O-rinn is blinded. Ability 3. Start of turn grants attack to all allies including themselves for every infected enemy. This grants big attack to your units. For comparison, an equal level kitty only grants 184 attack to all allies for each expire force shield. The reason this ability gives such high attack is that it's actually not that easy to pull off. Kitty can just passively boost attack every turn quite easily, but O-rinn relies on infected enemy units surviving to make use of this ability. This can be nice if you are able to leave low attack enemy units infected or enemy models without killing them. Ultimate ability. Before an enemy with infection attacks, reduces their attack to 1 attack for 1 turn. Total game changer for O-rinn right here. There are a few ways to infect enemies, and once they are infected, if O-rinn is still in play, their attack will be reduced to 1 before attacking. Previously, even O-rinn suppressed a target, the player could just place something to kill her bouncer and then the suppressed target will one-shot O-rinn due to her low HP and she will still lose the lane. This changes things as it will stop anything already in play from dealing any good damage. If there are other units that still attack, such as Asha for example, then this ability triggers first and then the one attack is stolen, meaning that unit will not attack. Combos. Wanda. She is the obvious commander choice for O-rinn and any other infect unit since her second ability infects everyone. Both the Infect from Wanda and O-rinn Bouncer are quite strong, so you'll likely be able to clear the battlefield with this. On the downside, since the Infect is so strong, you'll likely not see the benefit from O-rinn third ability too often, since most just don't survive. Also, O-rinn can suppress the debuff applied by Wanda's third ability, so she needs to be placed carefully. Bea, your core unit with Infection comp. Both Bea and the Bouncer summoned by O-rinn will infect 3 random targets. More infect equal more units only attacking for 1 due to O-rinn's ultimate, and more units causing big commander damage when they die from Bea. Morana, she's basically a combo with anything, but if she's already placed, she will give both O-rinn and her Bouncer a giant HP boost, giving them both much more survivability, since this gives O-rinn Bouncer much more HP. It's much more likely he will survive and keep giving more HP to your units every turn. Asha. Her attack still will trigger after O-rinn sets a unit attack to 1, which means if Asha is in play, the infected units just won't be able to attack no matter what the lane they are in. Back Bouncers and Faye are 2 more units who provide infect. Just like with anything form of infect, you can use this to trigger damage between units and clear the field, or you can leave them alive and have O-rinn buff your unit's attack for each infected enemy. Counters Hilda. At equal level, Hilda has enough pierce damage to one-shot the Bouncer and O-rinn if she is placed as a counter. Also, if you have her ultimate active, you can clear some infect around her when her shield expires. Bloom. The ability damage that Bloom deals to an adjacent target will easily target O-rinn if her Bouncer is hit, and this is always enough to kill her in one shot. Lola with Shogunate Alliance perk. This Shogunate Alliance perk gives pierce to Peacekeeper ranged units, and once leveled up to 3, it gives pierce plus 5, which is enough to one-shot O-rinn after Lola is placed, as she sets ranged enemies HP to 5. 16 with ultimate. Once deployed, the ability damage from 16's ultimate will make short work of O-rinn. Even without her ultimate, the splash damage from 16 will drop O-rinn pretty fast. Lorraine. Lorraine steals big commander HP when a unit is suppressed, so O-rinn needs to be placed carefully if Lorraine is around. Natasha's multi-attack will eat both the Bouncer and O-rinn easily, so be careful. Yumiko. She not only have immune, but cleanses all allies before they attack, removing the infect and allowing them to deal full damage. In the current meta of Wanda Bea and infect dominating games, Yumiko is a very valuable unit to have in play right now. As for her relationship bonus, these are the stats given at GM League. And a very curious selection of outfits for our femme fatale, O-rinn. Well, I guess you will need to unlock her story to figure out why she isn't a non-custom. Final thoughts. Up until very recently, O-rinn was always kind of a bad version of Florence. They could but suppress and could but summon a blocker. The difference was that Florence's blocker had much more HP and gave a commander burst heal, whilst Florence gave a full cleanse each turn. This was always much more useful than the weak bouncer and attack boost that O-rinn gave. Until Florence was nerfed, her cleanse isn't as strong as it was. Her chamber blocker has less HP and she has less attack than before and gave less health. Commander HP got increased, meaning there's less need for the burst heal that Florence's chamber provides. In fact, it is much more usable now than Wanda's release and Bea's unit damage got buffed through the roof. O-rinn got the ultimate, making her much more survivable, and she's actually able to win a lane with that effect. O-rinn is now a very strong pick, especially with her ultimate unlocked. She has the ability to boost allies' attack, set enemies' attack to 1, summon constant blockers who applies infect or boost HP, and applies suppress. O-rinn definitely isn't as broken as, say, Morana and Asha, but with all of that utility she can fit nicely into any squad and perform well. With all that said, let's have some matches! That's it for today's video. Leave a like if you like it and see you next time. Bye!